Hey everyone, it's Mike. I'm back doing another video here. Today's going to be kind of concert updates and vinyl finds and some things that I've ordered, special ordered, some new releases as well as some reissues. So yeah, let's get started. It won't be a long video, I don't think. The first thing I got in the mail was it was a surprise. It was a record that I had on my want list on Amazon, and I like to have some things just on there so that Courtney, if she ever on a whim wants to order me a record for whatever reason, she knows exactly what to get because it's right there on my want list, and we don't have to worry about which pressing it is or if it's in good enough condition. It's just brand new. It's just all brand new stuff that Amazon sells, and usually at a decent price. Most of the stuff that I ordered, I can't find on Amazon. It's not on Amazon, but every once in a while they'll have some things on there that I want to get. So this was one of them. This is an EP from Mazy Star called Still. This was released back in 2018, so about 5 years after their their fourth and last studio album. It's got 4 songs on it. Some of them are old songs that had never been released before, that they just hadn't recorded and put out. And then some of the material is newer songs that they had done. One of the songs, So Not So Tonight That I Might See, it's a song off of that album, their second album, but like a remixed or reimagined version of that song. And then the other 3 songs are That Way Again is an old song. The second song is kind of an older song from like '94. It's excellent. It kind of has an older Mazy Star feel to it. And then the other 2 songs are newer songs that they had done. And this was dedicated to their drummer, who passed away a year before they released this. And then of course David Roebuck, the guitarist, passed away 2 years after this. They had talked about making more music, but guitarist David, founding member, passed away in 2020. So I think Mazy Star, as far as making new music, I think that that's pretty much over. And Hope Sandoval, the singer, she's been doing her solo work with the Warm Inventions, and I think that's how she's going to proceed from now on, is just releasing music through that project. So anyway, this is what the back looks like. This was self-released by them on I don't know, whatever the label is that they created. Rhymes of an Hour, which is one of their old songs. That's the name of the publishing thing that they created, and released this on that. 4 great songs, really nice. Glad I got it. Now that I've ordered this, every time I go to a record store, I see it on their walls, and it's like, where's this? All of a sudden it just shows up. But it didn't just get released. It's been out since 2018. So maybe they did like a reissue or repress these or something, and that's why they're showing up in all the stores. But anyway, really good quality stuff. I love Mazy Star. No, there's no inner sleeve, and it's just a black vinyl, 2 songs on each side. So really nice stuff. Next thing, this was something that I searched out. It's a record I've always wanted to get. I had it on CD for the longest time. I don't know if I ever owned this on vinyl. I think I always either had it on CD or I burned a CD off of a friend's vinyl record. I don't think I ever owned this on vinyl though before. Crazy industrial avant-garde music from back in 1985. Old friend, college friend and roommate of mine, Jack, he got me into this band. He also got me into bands like X and Sonic Youth and various other bands, but this was one of them too. And I didn't know what to think about this music at first, and man, it grows on you. All the songs are kind of earworm songs, and it's really just insanity, just crazy ass music, and I love it. And I finally have it on vinyl now. So this is, the band has gone through several different name changes. This, I believe, was the second one. The second name iteration of this band, Scraping Fetus Off the Wheel. This is the brainchild of a guy named J.G. Thurwell, who also goes by Clint Ruin and Jim Fetus and various other names that he calls himself. He wrote all the music, he produced it, and he plays all the instruments, sings and everything. Just a one-man wrecking crew on this album. This is his fourth studio album called Nail, again 1985. Fantastic, brilliant album, one of my favorites from the industrial genre. It's insanity. It's I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. It's not for the musically timid. The subject matter is pretty apocalyptic and crazy and manic and all that kind of stuff. That pretty much what you would expect from a band that calls themselves Scraping Fetus Off the Wheel. This is not a Japanese press or anything. This is on Homestead Records. I believe this is the domestic version. I think it was originally released on Some Bazaar or Self-Immolation in the UK, and then on Homestead domestically. This is a gold stamp promo. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this copy and go ahead and grab it right away, was because it was a promo copy, and it came with some extras in it, so that doesn't come in any of the other copies that I had seen on Discogs. So I went ahead and grabbed this one. Really nice condition. I don't think it's been repressed. I don't know, but this is an original from 1985, and yeah, let me show the insides. It comes with this fold-out booklet. I think all the copies of this, no matter what press or what version you get, the import or the domestic, I think they all come with this kind of fold-out lyric book. Yeah, so it's just all the lyrics. Yeah, there's a lot of lyrics. He sings a lot and very wordy songs. And then all the, I don't know, what is all that? Yeah, this is all just lyrics, all of these pages. And then the promo version of this came with this little booklet here. Say What You Mean and Say It Mean, it says on here. I've never seen this before, and you don't see any pictures of this on Discogs, so this was just a nice little extra treat that came with this copy. It's got a picture of Jim Thurwell with this pig's head on a tripod, it looks like. I don't know, pretty crazy, weird stuff. And then it folds out into this big poster kind of situation, fold out with Jim and the pig. And then it's got all these artist notes and liner notes and stuff, and just writing from J.G. Thurwell. So nice little extra bonus with this, fantastic. I got this Digipack CD. I've been using this as my main source for listening to this album, but now I finally have it on vinyl. I don't really know how to explain this music. You just have to kind of hear it to believe it. A lot of the songs, they start off kind of slow and you're like, where is this song going? And then by the middle of the song, it's really picking up, and then it gets to this kind of fever pitch, and that's pretty much the same on all the songs. It's crazy. It's sometimes it's industrial, sometimes it's kind of avant-garde, like noise rock, and it's got mixed in there like classical music that he does with synthesizers, all kinds of noises and sound effects and tape loops, and just crazy. He uses like sounds of like bullets ricocheting, and he'll use that as like percussive elements, and nails being pulled out of wood, kind of the creaking of a nail being yanked out of wood. He'll use that kind of sound effect, and just all kinds of stuff like that. And it's just very creative and very innovative dude. He's a great singer and screamer. He screams a lot as well. I don't know. I don't really know. I wouldn't suggest this to just anybody, but if you have the proclivity for this kind of music, it kind of dates back to like it's pre 9 Inch Nails and early Ministry when they were industrial and stuff. It's kind of predates that, and like Meat Beat Manifesto, but it kind of sets the stage for that later music and all of that stuff. So really fantastic. Scraping Fetus Off the Wheel, Nail. Just really happy to have this on vinyl. Next one. This was Courtney and I went out shopping. It's our anniversary this weekend. We've been together for 3 years. Tomorrow is the exact anniversary date. And so this weekend we didn't have the kids, and she's like, let's go to record stores. And Am I going to argue with that? Absolutely not. So that's what we did. We went to 3 record stores, and as usual, Phoenix traffic is a nightmare on any day that I try to go out to record stores. So there was a lot of traffic we had to deal with, but it was worth it. We went to Stinkweeds, which is a little indie shop, a little indie record store, downtown Phoenix, and they have like a bunch of cool little restaurants and stuff in the area. So we grabbed lunch while we were there, and yeah, that was the only. I went to 3 record stores yesterday, and the only place where I found records was at Stinkweeds. So this is something that I already had. I have to cover it up, but this is a band called Boss Hog, and that's Christina, the singer guitarist on the cover. She's a member of the band Pussy Galore. And this Boss Hog is a side project of her, Christina Martinez, and her husband, John Spencer from Pussy Galore. So this is like a side project of theirs. And so John Spencer is also in this band, and he sings and plays guitar. She sings and plays guitar. Really excellent. I actually kind of prefer Boss Hog's music to Pussy Galore's, even though I really like Pussy Galore a lot. So this was their first mini album that they released on Amphetamine Records, called Drinkin', Lechin', and Lion. Really good stuff. It's got some great music on this. But their first full-length album is called Cold Hands, and I had it on CD for the longest time, since forever, and don't have it anymore, don't have the CD anymore. But I've always wanted to get the record, and the record's really hard to find. It hasn't been repressed or reissued, and I'm like, if I ever see it, I'll grab it. And then sure enough, on the wall at Stinkweeds, they had a copy. It was a good price, excellent condition, had to grab it. So their first album, full-length album, Cold Hands. I love this album. It's got so many excellent songs on it. Just the very first song, once you hear the very first song, it's like, okay, this is a fantastic band and a fantastic album. The first song, Gerard, once you hear that song, you're gonna be hooked. If you like Pussy Galore and that kind of raunchy blues post-punk kind of music, which I love that kind of stuff. Again, this is on Amphetamine Reptile Records. This is 1990 that this album came out. There's a picture of Christina Martinez and John Spencer from Pussy Galore, and also from John Spencer's Blues Explosion, if you've heard of them. These are the listing of the songs. That first EP, that mini album, Steve Albini worked on that. As far as production goes, I don't think Steve Albini had anything or much to do with this recording. I think he might have had something, because they do mention Steve. Mixed, I guess, recorded and mixed with Steve. I don't think he produced it though, Steve Albini. But anyway, fantastic album, full-length record, really hard to get, and so happy. There's no inner sleeve or anything to show. Black vinyl, again, Amphetamine Reptile Records. Same label as Helios Cree, which is another one of my favorite bands of this kind of nature. Yeah, so Boss Hog. So happy to pick that up. I got another record from Stinkweeds, but I'm going to show that later because it kind of fits into a different category. So I've got 2 new records by bands, brand new releases. The first one I'm going to show is this band called Julie. Shoegaze band, I've mentioned them before. I have their, I don't know, I've got the 10-inch right over here. I showed that on a previous video. This is their first full-length album. It's called My Anti-Aircraft Friends. Wait, let me flip my notes there. Is that what it's called? Yeah. My Anti-Aircraft Friend. Drawings are produced by the band. Nothing on the back. On the actual record sleeve, there's nothing on the back. But the weird thing is it came in this plastic sleeve, and the information about the record is printed directly onto the sleeve. So I'm going to have to keep this damn sleeve, but it's got this kind of hanging hole so you can hang it on your wall, I guess. I don't know why that's there, and it was like perforated on the side, so you just peel off the perforation and pull the record out. But the liner notes and stuff are printed on the inside of this, or on the outside of this plastic sleeve, so I'm going to hang on to that. But I still store my records in regular plastic archival sleeves and all that. It also came with this strange stencil on this kind of mylar material or something, some kind of plastic plexi kind of material, and it's a stencil, and it's really choppy. It looks like it was done with some kind of laser cutter that was not very smooth or accurate, but anyway, it came with this. I assume this was drawn by one of the members of the band, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I guess go around the city of Phoenix and spray paint it onto walls. I'm not sure. And then the inner sleeve is a poly-lined inner sleeve, but with the circle cut out on both sides, and the lyrics printed directly onto that inner sleeve, so I'll hang on to that. So anyway, this is a shoegaze band out of LA, and I liken their style of shoegaze to the Swirlies. If you're not familiar with the Swirlies, out of Boston, one of my favorite shoegaze bands. They're still around and they still do some live shows on either coast, but they don't come to Phoenix or anything like that. But they're just a fantastic kind of post-Sonic Youth kind of shoegazy, very lot of tempo changes and choppy guitars and really loud, really soft, and really loud, and really soft kind of music. Grunge pop is something that they just have been described as well. Not the Swirlies, but Julie. I don't know, grunge pop, I guess, whatever. But it's kind of more shoegazier than anything. This was released on some label that's affiliated with Atlantic Records. So that's Kian is the guy who plays guitar and vocals. Alex, her name's Alexandria, but she goes by Alex. She's on vocals and bass. And then they got Dylan on drums. So a three-piece band. They're coming to Phoenix. They're going to play at the Crescent Ballroom November 2nd and 3rd. They're playing 2 nights there. So I'm going to catch one of those shows, probably the Sunday night show. Looking forward to seeing them. The music is good. I would say it didn't grab me as immediately as like the Swirlies do, but it's really good, and I think it's going to grow on me with more listens. And I think after seeing them live, it's going to really kind of hammer home how good the music is. I'm hoping. Not necessarily going to happen. They could really suck live. I don't know. But I'm hoping that it's going to be a great live show, and it's really going to connect me more with their music than it has so far. It's not to say it's bad music, but it's just something about it hasn't quite grabbed me yet, but I really like it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Another new album that just came out by an old band, the Jesus Lizard, have a new studio album. This is their 7th studio album. Their 6th album, the one that came out before this one, was called Blue. I just recently got the reissue of that at a record store day recently. But that last album was 26 years ago, released 26 years ago, back in '98. So it's been 26 years since they put out an album. They kind of broke up and went their separate ways, and then they got back together, they reformed and started doing live shows. And then they decided, yeah, let's, well, actually David Yao, the singer, he wasn't really interested in doing another album, but the rest of the bandmates, the 3 other guys, they kind of messed around with some demos and stuff and created some music, and they played it for David, and he's like, oh wow, I'm actually I really like these songs and I'm interested. I'll put some lyrics to it and let's get together and record this. So that's what they did, and that's why we have this album. It's called Rack. Just released like maybe 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago. Really good. I've given it one listen through, all the way through, and I've listened to a couple of the songs more than once because they were released earlier than the entire album was released. It's good. It's not really their old style. It's more of their later sound, I guess. The lyrics or the vocals are more subdued for David than his crazy kind of maniacal vocals in like the first like 2 or 3 albums. But I like it so far. I like it better than Blue, their last album. And Blue is fine, but I like this one better than that. And again, it's going to take some listens, I think, before I really, latch on to any of these songs. Motor, this song called Motor, or Moto with an R in parentheses. That one is the one that stands out to me so far the most, but I just need to give it some more listens. Yeah, I love Jesus Lizard, especially their first 3 albums, but I really love the band, and really excited that they've got a new album, which means hopefully, well, it means a tour. They're doing a tour, but they're not playing in Phoenix, unfortunately. They are playing at the Fonda Theater, I believe, in Los Angeles, but I don't know if I'm going to make it out there for the Jesus Lizard. I don't know. I kind of, in my old age, I've kind of reserved those road trip concerts for like big shows. For things like Massive Attack, where I'm never going to see them unless I go to Los Angeles. I'm hoping that Jesus Lizard will come around and do like another round of shows and play like either Tucson or Phoenix, and I'll be able to get to see them. I saw them a bunch of times back in the late 80s, early 90s, and when I was in college, and it was a great show. I don't know if they could possibly be as good as they were back then, but I'd still love to see them. So here's black vinyl, there's the labels on it. So yeah, Jesus Lizard. I was really surprised. I didn't even know that they were even working on an album. I guess I don't follow them that closely. So I was really surprised when things started showing up on Facebook that they had a new album. So definitely love that. So those are the two new albums that I've gotten. And then I've got a couple of reissues. The last two that I'm going to show are reissues. This first one, Skinny Puppy, Too Dark Park. This is their 6th studio album. The one right before this, Rabies, featured Al Jurgensen from Ministry, and they were kind of going in that direction of Ministry, kind of this industrial, heavy guitar, kind of industrial metal kind of sound. And they were kind of going in that direction with that album. And then this album is kind of more of a return to kind of definitely just heavy electronic music, which I prefer. I don't mind the kind of Ministry sound, but I definitely prefer for Skinny Puppy just their heavy, chaotic, electronic kind of sound, and that's what this album is. Especially love the song Spasmolytic. It's a fantastic song. It's just insanity. My take on Skinny Puppy, it's not a love-hate, it's a love-like relationship with them. I like the vocals, but I got to be in the mood for it. Like, the vocals are really abrasive, and I just feel like you got to be really in the mood for the vocal, the way the treatment, the way that they do their vocals, the kind of guttural screaming kind of vocals. You got to be really in the mood for that, I think, at least as far as speaking for myself. The music itself, though, is just absolutely fantastic. I love their songs just by themselves. The instrumental part of the songs are just fantastic, and it's always been that way with them. And sometimes I'm in the mood for for their vocals, and sometimes I'm not. But I'm really happy to have this network reissued this just recently, and I'm really happy to have a copy of this on vinyl. I need to go back and pick up. When I was at Stinkweeds, the record store, they had like all of their back stock on vinyl, and I'm like, oh crap, this is all available. I need to pick up like Cleanse, Fold, and Manipulate, and Rabies, and I don't know, some other ones that I don't have yet. I can't think of them off the top of my head, the names. Last Rites, is that the name of one of the albums? And then the one that, the one with the woman on the front, I forget. It's the very first Skinny Puppy album I ever got, and I'm drawing a blank as to what that one is called. But anyway, I need to get that one as well. Anyway, Skinny Puppy, really happy to have this. Did it come with the inner sleeve? No, it just came with the black paper sleeve and black vinyl, heavyweight vinyl, but black vinyl network. Happy to have it. Skinny Puppy. Last one, another reissue, and I've been talking about how happy I am that Butthole Surfers are on this reissue campaign on Matador Records. This is the one I was talking about that I really wanted to get, Cream Corn from the Socket of Davis. It doesn't say that anywhere on here that that's the name of the album. I guess it says it on the spine that's what it's called. It just says Cream Corn on the front. It's a 4-song EP. Came out, I believe, right around the time of Locust Abortion Technician. I forget if it came out before or after, but the same year, 1985. So it's got 4 songs on it. It's got 2-parter. It's got Moving to Florida, Tornadoes, and Crumb. Oh, Comb, excuse me, Crumb. Comb is the name of the song, like a hairbrush, like a comb. And Comb is my favorite off the album. I have the live, double live CD. I need to get this on vinyl as well. It's kind of expensive. Butthole Surfers Live, this was the Hairway to Steven tour. They do 2 versions of Comb on this. One of it's just called Comb, and then the other one is called Lou Reed, and it's basically just another version of the same song. And you'll hear when you listen to Comb, the vocals, Gibby Haynes, he just constantly says over and over and over, Lou Reed. So but the song's not called Lou Reed, it's called Comb, but that's how they distinguish the two different versions of it on this live thing, is either they call it Lou Reed or they call it Comb. Anyway, Moving to Florida is hilarious. It's a fantastic song, kind of like a, I'm not even going to try to remember all these names of their songs, but it's a very funny, silly song. And then Tornado and Two-Parter, those are songs that they often play live too. I've seen them play those songs live as well. I believe Two-Parter is on this. I'm not sure about, yeah, Tornadoes is on this as well. But fantastic EP by them. Sounds fantastic. I just played Comb on my turntable just before I started making this, just to see how the vinyl sounds, because I just got this yesterday. I hadn't listened to it yet on vinyl, and it sounds fantastic. You hear so many things in Butthole Surfers songs that you just don't hear digitally. And you hear them on vinyl, and the separation of the sounds, you really hear some really crazy noises and stuff down deep inside the music that you don't normally hear, and the vomit noises and stuff in Comb really come out into the forefront, and it's delightful. So anyway, yeah, love it. Butthole Surfers, Cream Corn. Last thing, I forgot to mention this. I kind of zipped through the new releases. There's also a brand new EP by Robin Guthrie, the guitarist from the Cocteau Twins. He's been having a really nice solo career for quite a while now, and he just self-produces, self-releases these little CDs, whether it's an album, full-length album, or EPs. This one's called Atlas, just came out a week or two ago, and yeah, it's just instrumental music, just his beautiful guitar work, and I love it. It's really just nice, easy listening, completely the opposite from Scraping Fetus Off the Wheel or Butthole Surfers. This is the opposite of that. Fantastic music, I love it. He sent me, in the package, it came from France. He lives in France now, and the package was addressed from France. And he sent me this little postcard, and it's the cover from his last full-length album called Pearl Diving. So that was really nice, just to include that for whatever reason. And Pearl Diving, I have the CD as well. This is his latest full-length album that came out, I believe, like a year ago. So yeah, look him up on Bandcamp if you're interested in getting Robin Guthrie stuff. If you love the Cocteau Twins and want to hear more of his guitar work, and just, they sound like Cocteau Twins songs, it just doesn't have Liz singing. But if you love his guitar work and you're interested in getting his music, he's on Bandcamp under Robin Guthrie. You can order, he still has some CDs left of some of his older stuff, and you can download all of it. Like his whole catalog, you can download on Bandcamp digitally. So check him out. I love it. Robin Guthrie. And then I guess the last thing I have to talk about, concerts. I went and saw Hooky, Peter Hook, the bassist from the New Order, the former bassist from New Order. This is the t-shirt I got at his show. I saw him the other night at the Van Buren, downtown Phoenix. He autographs his shirts, so he puts like this little iron-on patch onto the shirts, and then he signs them. I'm hoping this doesn't wash out when I wash this shirt. But yeah, he signs his shirts and signs his posters that he sells and stuff. And it says Hooky on the back with like a number 24. It looks like the back of like a baseball jersey, but it says Hooky and then 24 for the year 2024. Next concert I'm going to go see is, what's the next one? Blonde Redhead. So these 8 albums that I have up the top here. Blonde Redhead out of New York, Brooklyn, I believe. Fantastic trio, kind of post Sonic Youth kind of sound, a little shoegazy at times, post whatever, I don't know. They've gotten a lot more kind of quieter and more kind of an ambient sound in their later work, but kind of shoegazy, kind of Sonic Youthy in their older stuff. Really looking forward to seeing them again. I've seen them like 3 times, and this will be my 4th. Taking Courtney, it'll be her first time. She really loves their music, so she's really excited to see them. They're playing at the Crescent Ballroom, small place, so that'll be fun. And then the night after that, we're gonna go see Cigarettes After Sex, and that is at, God, it's at the hockey arena where the Phoenix Coyotes used to play. So it's gonna be a big arena. We got really good seats down low, and I'm taking my daughter because my daughter is really into their music as well. So that'll be fun. And then in November, oh yeah, so November, at the beginning of November is going to be Julie, that shoegaze band from LA. And then later in November, or the middle of November, I'm going to go see Amy Mann. Yeah, so I got Amy Mann's Bachelor #2 record right here. I love Amy Mann. She's the former singer from Till Tuesday, and she's been just having a fantastic solo career since then. And I love her solo music, so I'm really looking forward to seeing Amy Mann live for the first time. She's playing in Scottsdale at some performing arts center in Scottsdale, so it'll be really nice, and yeah, just really excited to see her. And then that leaves me with December. So December is going to be Billie Eilish. I'm taking my daughter. We got seats down by the stage, standing room only down by the stage. So that's going to be crazy. My daughter's a huge Billie Eilish fan, has been for many years. And I really like Billie's music as well. So this will be our second time seeing Billie in concert, and but never down this close. So it's going to be nuts. And I'm really looking forward to that, and just really looking forward to giving that experience to my daughter and letting her just totally geek out to her favorite artist in person. So that's going to be wonderful. And that's it. I think that's it. I don't really have anything more to update right now. And I'm sure as soon as I turn off this video and think about it, I will have forgotten something, but that'll be for the next video, I guess. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're having a great weekend, and happy anniversary, Courtney. Love you. See you guys later. Bye.